Hi, I hope you're doing well. First of all, thank you so much for asking this question. It definitely helped me to engage with the text in a more meaningful way by making me pay attention to the changes that are happening in these characters over the chapters 11 through 13. I saw a lot of subtle but noteworthy changes in Anne throughout this section. One of them is that she used to avoid interacting with Wentworth completely, and now we see her engaging with him more often, even though some of them are kind of forced, like when she goes on the unintentional long walk. And we also see her considering his feelings and thinking about what certain situations might be like for him a lot more. One example of her thinking about his feelings is on page 120 when it says, quote, "Though condemning her for the past and considering it with high and unjust resentment, though perfectly careless of her, and though becoming attached to another, still he could not see her suffer without the desire of giving her relief." And so by thinking about this in-between situation that he is in, where he recognizes the past wrong that she has done to him, but still doesn't have, ill wish for her and doesn't want to see her suffer, and will even do what he can to help her in situations like that, that helps her to see his character and to kind of move from disregarding him completely and wanting to stay away from him to actually engaging with what he might be thinking, and maybe starting to think that he's not all that bad. Another change in Anne is she's now able to see herself talking to men in general. Before, she was just mainly focusing on staying out of the way of Wentworth, but now we see her soothing Captain Benwick by talking about poetry, and then also her cousin, Mr. Elliot, who she passes with on the street. And I think that her soothing Captain Benwick and talking about poetry to get over his loss kind of prepares her to be there for Wentworth during his grief. The last change is being reminded of Wentworth's character and kind of what attracted her to him in the first place. She is reminded of his good character and still offering her help from the quote I read before. And also when she learns that he was the one who notified Benwick of his loss when nobody else wanted to do that. And that mainly just shows that he's an upstanding person who is willing to do the tough things that are the right things when nobody else wants to do them. So I think all of these are subtle but important changes in Anne that kind of make her more attentive to Wentworth and to kind of start the cogs going again and thinking about him in her mind.